Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Black Eel Podcast, where your hosts Scott and Mike are going to be talking about a lot of things. So, we're going to be starting off with two trailers that we got today. Well, I saw today. And we are then going to be moving on to the Fantastic Four, talking about the movie as a whole, then move on to the after credit scenes, both of them. Which I shouldn't laugh, but there is one that makes me giggle a little bit.
You all right?
I was fine until all of a sudden I choked. And then we're going to be ending with a character spotlight from me. So let's get right into the trailers. I feel like we need to talk about. I don't know which one to talk about first because I feel like both of them gave us a lot. Like a lot, a lot. Like both trailers gave us a lot. I'm not going
No,
to lie
they
to you.
they
So,
they
so,
really
so
did.
for everyone who's not knowing what's going on, Gen V and Peacemaker both came out with a trailer. And what's funny is I watched the trailer to Peacemaker twice. One with John Cena hosting it, and the other one with James Gunn.
Oh, all
So
right.
like
That's
it
interesting.
legitimately was the same trailer except for the very beginning of being like, "Hey, by the way, here is Peacemaker season 2."
Oh, okay. That's
So it was like
weird.
it was very no, it was I was very confused because I clicked on it to show my family, and all of a sudden I go, "That's not the same one," and then it turned into the same one. I went, "I guess it's the same one."
All right. Well, I
But
mean, they're
anyway,
like standing next to each other at Comic-Con, so like I'm like, okay.
yeah. So let's get. You know what? What the hell? We'll talk about Peacemaker first. So I guess I think I have more questions than answers. I feel like after this trailer.
Okay, well, I can give you a synopsis because everyone's going crazy on Twitter, so everyone that I'm following. So, quick synopsis, I'll give you that. The goal of Peacemaker after season 1, he's trying to fix his life, get
which
redemption,
which is
find
yes.
love. Pretty much how season 1, was ending. Um,
Yeah. Nobody
he
liked it.
chooses to visit the alternate universe because it's an ideal world in his eyes. His father loves him, and and Harcourt is his girlfriend.
I don't know why I find him and his dad loving him funny, but it is.
um, and apparently Harcourt loses her job as a way for Amanda Waller to get redemption for what happened during Suicide Squad.
But that's in the other universe, right? That's not in this one.
No, that is in this universe.
Okay. Sorry, I had like a little bit of a brain fart.
Uh,
Sorry.
no. I know it's not very clear. Um, so the alternate universe is not the DCEU or the DCU.
Oh.
Apparently the canon is going to be explained in the first episode. So we're gonna see what happens. It's very interesting. They're keeping us on our toes for that one.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like I know less about this show the more that I
It's
go
good.
on.
The trailer just like threw everything out the window there. I would just be like,
I mean,
um,
like we're still not wrong about like the whole premise of the show, but I was dead set it was going to be DCU versus DCEU, and it
that's what I
turns out
thought.
to be like, nah, man, we're going to throw that to the fan and be like, we got something else.
I mean, it was, you could see in one of the universes they win in is just like giant spider monsters with giant skeleton heads.
Yeah,
So,
I did notice that. I did
so
notice that.
I mean, um,
But also,
there's
there's a lot of doors. Can we talk about that too?
so apparently people are saying that the DCU has 100 alternate universes at the moment. So, that is the
So,
that
all
is
right,
the going number
all right.
right
How
now.
about this? Can we phrase it this way? And I know it doesn't change much, but it does mentally for me. It's 100 known universes inside of it.
Perfectly fine. A lot better. I was expecting you to turn around and do the whole like
No, I was
Last
trying to.
of Us
No,
season
no.
part 2 thing,
Nope,
and
nope.
like make it
I did well.
stupid complicated. Like I'm very impressed with you there. You
And I'll tell you my secret after we get off the air. Um,
okay.
I will teach you my secret. But no, what's funny is, oh, don't get me wrong. I'm super hyped for the show. I mean, I
Oh,
still am.
I mean
That's
I'm
like
more hyped now, but
I'm
I'm
more
just
hyped
like
because I
more
know
confused.
but I was gonna say that I think that's it. Where it's like I now know nothing, and I love it even more. Is that weird to say? It's like the first time I felt like I'm going into a show where I have no idea what's happening in the
Yeah.
best way possible.
And the whole and you saying that, oh, the second Peacemaker
Oh,
like
I was
has to
wrong
just
because they literally demonstrated that he just changed his outfit, and I'm like, this is not what I was expecting.
he
Because
he encounters the other one and just like ties him up and takes his life. Like just
quite literally, and
okay.
then eventually fights him,
Event some
and
point.
then
Yep.
the original crew that we know goes after the real him to bring him back, so he doesn't get killed by Rick Flag.
Well,
See,
yes, yeah,
that's what it looks
yes.
like. That's what it looks like.
Yep. Yep.
I
And
say it that way because I'm assuming the whole crew is on the other side.
there's a
If
lot of ifs and we don't know yet.
there's a lot of beating people up, and I don't know who's getting beat up.
Supposedly this is even more gruesome than season 1. So,
Well,
I'm
to be
very
fair,
interested.
I'm not super surprised by that, just because of what we got in the first trailer of her just beating the guy up in the bar. Because I was like, that's like the beginning. Like in my mind, like that's all right. They're gonna show us this. This is not even like a tenth of it, and I'm like, okay, I'm okay with that. But at the same time,
Yeah.
I'm not surprised because what I will say this: James Gunn has made it very clear, like every movie or show is going to be its own.
Mhm.
Although it might all be connected, it's its own unique thing. And
Yeah.
Peacemaker
Yeah.
is a bloody mess in the best way possible.
Yes.
And
Um
although I will say though, all the new characters that they had stated was going to be in this show, we still have not seen in this new. We didn't see any of them in this new trailer,
no, we have
which I
not.
found to be interesting because it was supposed to be
Um
White Rabbit and the Native American guy. What was his name?
we do not know what his name was. There were rumors of to who he was. There were two
Oh,
characters. I don't remember who they are at the moment, but there were um
It definitely wasn't Apache Chief or whatever his name is. It definitely wasn't him.
that might have been one of the so then it might have been 3. There might have been 3 cuz I that one sounds
No,
familiar.
because I argue that one only because
There
he
was
didn't.
someone
There was
from
no way from growing. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like Apache Chief grow, and like
I
that's the gimmick.
they could rework it.
I mean, whatever, I guess I can't really get mad. Like I really can't say anything otherwise. But all right, can we at least agree that that's the least likely one?
I mean, yes, but
That doesn't
we
mean
don't
that doesn't mean it isn't it. That
we
doesn't mean
don't
it isn't.
know. Like you can't say it's the least likely because we don't know. They can change things. They can update characters. Like
All right,
there's
that's fair. I'm just mad because now I'm less knowing of who this character is.
like you as you're talking, it's just becoming more and more.
I just like how Mike goes, "Oh, you just added a new character I didn't think of." I
Yep.
wasn't trying. It's the only one that I know.
I think the other one was a character from like
It-
maybe like teen he appeared in like Teen Titans for an episode or something. Like one of
oh
the animated
yes, yes,
shows.
yes, 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 yes,
He
yes.
was a
I
young
thought you
kid.
were. Well, he's obviously not young in the show, but yes.
Not
No, no,
young
no,
in
no,
the
no. But
show,
I'm
but
not. No, no. But
when
I get what you're saying. No, no, absolutely. But no, I'm very excited about Peacemaker. As weird as it sounds. Oh, sorry.
some other stuff to go with it. So Peacemaker season 2. I don't remember if we knew this, so maybe you can remind me or
No, I
not. But
won't. Don't you worry.
it takes place 1 month after Superman takes place.
No, that I did not know.
Okay. So as we know, Guy Gardner and Hawkgirl are supposed to appear. They apparently
Along with Max Lord. What is his name?
oh Maxwell Lord.
Thank you.
Um,
I forgot the Maxwell. I'm sorry.
you were close. I'll give it to you.
Honestly,
Um,
it's the closest I've ever been while being wrong.
um, so they are Hawkgirl and Guy Gardner are going to be appearing in the first episode,
Well,
and
which makes sense because what I've noticed, and I don't know if, and we'll talk about this obviously later, but it seems like all the trailers that we've been getting lately from both sides of
from
Marvel and
everything,
DC.
James Gunn is just
No,
like
but
the
I mean
beginning.
it's also from Marvel too. Everything's in the beginning of the goddamn movie
Yep.
or the show. So I'm now thinking everything's episode 1.
Yeah. And apparently, there's going to be more DCU characters that appear later in the season.
I'm not surprised about that. but I'm curious if it's going to be part of the main universe or the fake universe, because that's key.
And apparently, we will be seeing Rick Flag Jr.'s funeral because that was actually in the trailer where we saw his.
Well, yeah, we briefly see it, but yes.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm kind of weirded out that we're getting a funeral so late, but I guess we really don't know where everything kind of falls
I
together.
mean, it could be a flashback. It could just be an
You know
honoring
what? That
service. Like,
that you are absolutely correct. I'm just more of saying for myself because of how long he's been dead.
yeah.
I'm surprised we're getting a funeral now. Although I do like that the guy from the Suicide movie, is his son.
Oh
I
yeah.
know that's weird to say, but
Which is so it's like it's the 2016 DCEU Suicide Squad is canon is the canon.
no, it's 2021.
Oh yeah. Well, no, it is 2021. But so okay, I apologize
But he
because
was the same actor for
he
both.
was
He
the
was the
same.
same actor
He
for
was
both.
the same
But
Rick Flag from it.
but
Yep.
but the photo we see is the one from the 2021 one.
Yeah. Sorry, my
No,
apologies.
it's okay. I forgive you. Forgive me.
Um, and also, I mean, in the trailer, we see that Peacemaker, his dad, and his brother are all heroes in the alternate universe,
Yeah, which I find to be very interesting.
which is like a complete polar opposite, like just a
Well,
complete
to be fair, it is
Nazi
going
racist hard ass that led to all of a sudden a loving hero.
but I'm going to sound very weird about this, and bear with me. I am wondering if there is still that premise still there, but in that universe, it's okay.
Also true.
Because alternate universes can be weird, like
There
they can
can
be
be a
very
lot of
different.
things. Yeah.
So like I'm throwing that out there because to be fair, I mean they can change the character without a problem because if they're announcing it's an alternate universe, which they're not pretending it's not, they can do whatever they
They're
want.
very vocal about that.
No, no, but that's what I'm saying. Like they can do whatever they want, but I'm wondering if it's one of those things where we find out like that universe isn't as great, and I'm putting that in quotes, like not as great as they say it is.
Yeah, yeah. I kind of see it as like that kind of situation as well.
Like it's great for him. Don't get me wrong, but it might not be great for everyone. But overall, very excited. So I think now we have to talk about the Gen V trailer because it's the only other trailer that needs to be talked about. But
Really?
I know I'm having a great time right now. So we got a lot more context going on about what's kind of happened, and somehow Marie escapes.
It seems like they all just were let out.
Well, no, no. See, I disagree. Okay, I'm actually gonna.
I think, I'll say this right now. They were all let out, and Marie just left.
All right, so no, no. So I agree with you on that one. I think it was one of those things where they all left. Like they all like when I say they left, they were given the option to stay or leave. And
Yep.
let's be honest, you're gonna
They
leave.
either conform or they're gone.
Correct. And so they all agreed, and then she dipped,
Hmm.
which was something we didn't know until obviously this trailer. And then she gets hunted down by somebody. I mean, obviously it's Vought, but I mean, like you understand what I mean. Like we don't know specifics if it's the school itself or if it's actually just Vought itself. Um, and anyway, we then have three members of the seven or former members of the seven who are showing up in this season 100% for sure.
That we know of at the moment.
No, no, but that's what I'm saying. Like, and that's I'm not gonna lie to you. That's two more than we knew from the last trailer.
Yep.
Um, so we knew the Deep was gonna be in it. He's some part of some sort of fraternity esque type thing going on. However, we get Black Noir, who's going to be in it at one point. And then we have Starlight, who saves Marie and
Hmm.
then tells her to go back into the school because we need a spy in the school.
Yeah.
And then we have her go back to school and be like, we need to work together. And I'm not going to lie to you, based on this trailer, I don't know if Sam and Allison, no, what's her name?
No. Oh God.
Allie? Allie?
Cat.
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 You know, you're right. No, Cat. Cat, you're right.
I,
Kate,
I
Kate, Kate,
that I
Cat.
was about to say. I don't remember if it's Kat or Kate.
It's something. You know what? It's
I'm
Kate.
going with Kate.
We're gonna go with Kate for now, and if we're wrong, you can yell at us in the comments.
I
But
will. You know what? We have the internet, and that's what I'm gonna
Mike
do.
has the internet, and he's gonna figure this out. So one of my big things on this is it's unclear if Sam and Kate are now part of the group? Question
Kate.
mark.
Kate.
Kate. Okay. But
It's Kate with CATE.
which is why I would think Cat. But anyway,
Yes.
um, that being said, I'm very confused of whether they're part of the group, or not part of the group.
Yeah. This one's that was like.
Also, can we talk about the Dean is more messed up than I thought in from the first trailer? Like they went hard. They're going hard, and
Yeah.
this is just the trailer, so this isn't even like the gruesome stuff. And I'm like, damn.
He's clearly forcing Kate to be a part of his plan, and
No, Marie.
well, Kate too, because he
Oh
was
yeah, yeah,
trying to
yeah, yeah.
stick her hand in the blender.
Yeah, which was so weird.
That's
Hon-
what gets you.
Honestly, you know what's weird? Like
There are
there's
so
something.
many weird things in this trailer, and the hand going in the blender is what gets you.
All
There
right,
is literally blood tentacles coming out of a guy's ass, and you're just that the one.
It's his lower back. It didn't technically come out of his butt. Now, I will say,
And it at least
like,
came out of his cheeks. I am gonna fight you on that one.
I think a few of them did, yes. But there was, I think the general, because I think of the circle. The circle was like the last couple of vertebrae of the back. Anyway, because we're yes, I'm going that specific. All right, because we need to be. What's weird to me is like the shrinking girl being used as beer pong, okay, and her shooting the blood tentacles are weirdly enough normal, okay? And I know that's weird to say, but it is. But some guy just grabbing a girl who can make you do anything by her touching you and going to stick her hand in a blender is to me mind blowing.
I mean, yeah. I mean, she has to have some kind of control over it, obviously. But I mean, I'm curious
I'm
how
no
we
no no.
got to that
I'm
point.
no. I'm curious about what his power is because he stabs himself. Because
That
that
too.
is a huge factor too. He
Yep.
stabs himself, and then we know nothing
Hmm.
about what's going on. He is psycho in the best way possible. I personally like this guy in the sense of like villain wise. It's very rare that we get a villain.
Oh, you don't think he's a nice guy? You don't want to take him out for a cup of coffee?
I mean, I would mostly because I'm afraid if I don't, he'll kill me.
I mean, I'll
Oh, so
do it.
anyway,
I don't necessarily want to, but I'll do
I
it.
figured if there's a blender involved, I don't have a choice. So here I am. Like, would you like a coffee, sir? He's like, that would be wonderful. Can you shut off the blender now? You got it. Um, the other thing too is apparently they're working on a project and again, it's unclear of exactly what the whole premise is, but it sounds like they're working on a project to make somebody stronger than Homelander, because it sounds like the Vought, and again, because the school is Vought,
That is.
Vought is afraid of Homelander, which again isn't all that surprising. Let's be honest, but interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I think the whole idea is just to find the next.
I mean,
Their
that's what the goal
idea
is.
in general was to find the next Homelander or replacement. Uh,
Because
but now,
every generation. It was Soldier Boy, it was Homelander, and
yep,
now it's whoever.
yep, and
Then it's gonna be Golden
obviously,
Boy.
and it was yes, but now obviously because Homelander has gone off the deep end.
No.
um, don't worry, they're not coming for you. No one watches this.
Thank God.
uh,
Can you untap my phone? Alright, I'll let them know. They're done. If something comes out of that shadow, Mike, I'm done.
Oh, you know what? I won't even say a word for you. Don't worry. It's just
Honestly,
me.
I've been staring at it just to make sure there's no eyes in it. You know what's really sad though? As long as it's not the deep. Like I know that sounds sad, but like I'd rather be killed by anybody but the deep because I'd be like, you really sent the worst one. Like fuck that.
I mean, I feel like if anything, the deep is the one that you could hold your own against the most.
Yeah, but then that proves to me that they think I'm that weak, and I'm like, screw you. Now, if it's Black Noir, though, I can't see him coming in that shadow. I'm dead.
Oh, you just
I mean, I'm dead
bye.
either way. To be fair, I'm dead either way. But I'm like, at the very least, the Deep is the only one I have a chance, and you're right. But my point I'm making is, it's like if they send the Deep, like I am low priority because even they know he's a joke.
I mean,
You're
it's true.
you're not wrong. I'm not wrong.
You're not wrong.
We also get to see them working on this project. I don't know if it's a virus, if it's a upgraded Compound V, but it seems to be making people bleed a lot. Um,
Mhm.
and I'm very curious on that. But apparently, they think the dean, the new dean, thinks Marie is going to be the most powerful hero ever, even more powerful than Homelander. And to be fair, it makes sense because her powers are supposedly similar to Newman, and
Yep.
Newman was never really given the shot to be the hero. What I mean by that is she was meant to be kept a secret. Like that was,
Yep.
oh my gosh, what's his name?
Oh God, the
No, I know who the
former
actor is, and it's
former
irritating
Vought
me.
head.
I know, and it's bothering me now, and I'm gonna cry. But anyway, Strickler? No,
No,
Strickland? No,
no, definitely not.
it's definitely not Stryker. That's Marvel.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
Thinking of
Um,
Logan, but he's Moff Gideon. Like we know who all the other characters he plays, and I can't think of this guy. It's gonna irritate the hell out of me. But anyway, so anyway, I'm just very curious to see like their big push because to be fair, blood is in all of them.
Stan Edgar.
Edgar, why couldn't I think of that? So my whole thing is, I mean, blood is in everyone, and I know that's
She
very
was in
weird
this
to say.
show.
Who?
If it's wait, no, okay, nope, it's not the one I was thinking of.
No, I was gonna say I don't think so.
Oh no, it is.
Who?
She was. She has no character listing. Like IBMD is or Google whatever is not listing what character she played, but she was in The Mist. She was in The Walking Dead. She was in Fantastic Four.
Which one?
Oh, the first one. She was the one that took was the
Big's
Ben's
girlfriend?
fiance, and she took off the ring. Apparently, she was in The Boys season 1.
She might have been.
Like I said, doesn't list a character. Just says that she was in it.
No, but she might have been in the sex scene when they're walking in and they're all having sex in the air. You know what I'm talking about? Where there's a lot of heroes in there.
No, I don't remember that.
So in season one, when they go get footage of A Train, because he's doing drugs at the place and they're watching it.
Uh,
When they walk through there, there's a bunch of people having sex, well, making out and all that stuff. That's where we also see Ezekiel go under the table and everything else.
oh, okay.
So
The
it's a
club.
big,
Yeah, yeah.
so it's
The club.
yeah, but to me, it's a massive orgy.
Yes, I mean, okay, yeah, no, no, no. Now I remember the scene. You just said it is the place where they were all having sex, so it's
I
like,
mean, I could be wrong either way. So,
um,
because it was the only scene that happens in season one.
well, when
In season one,
no, 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 I
they
know,
never
but
put it.
when you said the place where they were all having sex, my first thought was either Herogasm
Which it wasn't it. No, Hero Gasm was.
or the growing penis exploding. That's
Well, you also got to be careful with that one because the growing penis, there was the massive one that would stab people. So you
not
I'm glad you
not
had to
that one.
explode it
I
because
said exploding for a reason.
yeah, and well, also at Hero Gasm it did explode. So
But you know what I'm talking about. You're just adding more to it now for no reason. So
not
we're
for no
moving
reason.
on.
Not for no reason. So anyway, so we see them all bleeding and everything else. So there's a lot that we know and don't know all at the same time. It is
And
going to
like
be
I said in the
tied
after the
into
first trailer,
shit.
there.
It's supposedly going to be tied in significantly to the final season of The Boys, more so than I thought we would have known. I'll say it that way.
Yeah,
But the idea of
yeah.
with Starfire being in it, it really adds to the effect of us knowing that this is for sure going to be leading
Star
directly.
Starlight.
Did I say Star Lord?
No, you said Starfire.
Oh, completely wrong.
I mean, like
Starfire.
you were close, like but I mean,
So Starlight, with Starlight being in it, it really shows that there's going to be a massive connection between them all. But I'm very curious to see where it goes. But otherwise, I mean, to be fair, both of these shows I was very excited before these trailers, but I'm even more excited because it looks like we're going to be getting cage fights with the students,
Yeah,
which
I was
is
talking
weird.
about how it was like
It,
MMA style fighting.
but also like they're getting them like banners too to be prepared. Like it
Yeah,
is full on like MMA. Like granted, not, but yes, it's weird.
underground fight club. You know,
But like also not because it looks like it's gonna be televised, which is also weird too. But like,
underground fights can be televised.
all right, that's fair. But I feel like, all right, hear me out. When it comes to like, because this is a school,
It's not supposed to be a thing. I get that.
correct? But no, overall, looking forward to both of them. Um, one's
Absolutely.
the end of I almost said October, end of August, and the other one is the middle of September.
I believe so. I know
Which
August
which makes
21st.
sense. No,
August
August
21st is
21st is
Peacemaker.
Peacemaker, and then Gen V, I believe, is September. I want to say it's the week after Labor Day because it's supposed to be like school time.
September
So
17th.
all right, so it's the second weekend, second full week.
Mm, yeah, so okay, it's the third Wednesday of
Yes,
September.
but the second full week.
Correct.
But
Technically.
yes, because the first is a Monday. That's
Yeah.
why I'm saying it that
No,
way.
I know. Depends on
But
who you are. Monday is the start of the week versus Sunday,
in
technically.
America, it is Sunday. Anyway,
I think in
so
most of the world it is, but
I think there is a few places it's Monday. But anyway, we won't argue. But for the most
not the
part, it's
point of the
definitely
video.
no. We'll argue about other stuff later, for sure. But no,
So
in
let's get
terms,
to the main event.
yeah. So we got to talk about Fantastic Four because there's a lot of things we need to break down. I think to start off, can we talk about the world building that they had? So first off, let's actually start from the very beginning. What were your thoughts of this movie? I know mine, and I will say them after you.
I thought they were good. I thought the movie was good.
Oh,
Um,
good.
what I've been telling people is that I feel it gave it the feel of the Jetsons meet the real world because it's got that
That's
futuristic mix.
that's such a good. I gotta give you credit. I'm actually
You
very
know,
surprised.
I'm actually baffled because everyone I've said this to, they all say it's such a great comparison, and I'm like, I didn't think it was that big of a deal. So the fact that everyone is just so caught off guard by my comparison is
I think they just
baffling
assume you're
me.
stupid, so it's like
I
it's
mean,
even better.
yes, but
No, but it does. I think that for me, what this did was uh, this was unlike any other Marvel movie, hands down,
yeah.
in the sense of the world was united, which is terrifying.
Oh yeah,
Um,
absolutely. I mean, the world saw them as act like the world actually saw them as heroes and idolized them. And even though for the most part there were some that didn't, that had their disagreements, they still respected them and listened to them at some cases, i.e.,
yeah,
Mole Man.
yeah.
Um,
Which funny?
which before going on, because Scott's going to say it 100 times, even though it's going to be too late. Spoilers.
Oh no, that's not what I was gonna say. Um, so Mole Man replaced Namor in this universe. Hear me out. In the sense of being so normally Sue is like the bringer of the Atlanteans and the humans, so they don't fight each other anymore. I'm imagining that they didn't think it was a good idea to use Namor in this movie, which does make sense. Um, and so Mole Man took that replacement, which is funnier because to me because there's no sexual tension with her and Mole Man as there is with her and Namor, which is why it's even funnier to me
Oh,
because normally the whole idea is Namor wanted Sue as his wife.
uh huh. Okay. Um,
I know you
so
don't
it
know
was
that, but I
no,
know it, and it's
I did not
hilarious.
know that. But no, I thought it was interesting because like the last day I've been when I going through Twitter, I've been seeing people saying like they were people were mentioning Namor, and I was like, what's Namor got to do with this movie? So thank you,
So yeah,
thank you for
so
the
no,
clarification
no,
on
give
that.
you just in clarification. Namor is normally with the Fantastic Four, and
Mm,
it's normally them who try to. And when I say them, it's really Sue, to convince him to not destroy the overworld.
mhm.
And ironically, Mole Man is the replacement for that for this movie, which again, it doesn't ruin
It
anything.
works. Yeah,
No, it 100% works. I'm just stating it's funny because he is sexually attracted to her and she doesn't care.
absolutely nothing.
But Reed is jealous, which is even funnier to me.
I mean, Reed just doesn't like him.
Well, Reed also doesn't like Namor, but that's also because
There's different reasons for that.
there's a six-pack reason for that. Maybe even an eight-pack, depending on the comic. But um, but no, I loved that. I loved seeing all of their villains that we get to fight in the very beginning. I couldn't remember them all off the top of my head, but Mole Man was the big one. He obviously played a major role, even though
Mhm.
it wasn't like major, but it was major compared to all the others.
I like
Um,
the route in general that they took with this, and it wasn't it. It was the quote unquote origin story without the origin story. It gave a quick rehash of their history to get us caught up.
can I just say this? I love that the so we're saying the same thing, but I love the sequence where it's like we already know their story, but we're gonna
Mm,
dive right into it just to
yeah,
recap. And I'm like, because it's true. We've heard the story so many times that
yeah,
we know it. It's like Peter Parker, where we know what happens. He gets bit by a
exactly.
spider. Uncle Ben doesn't exist. Like we know. Like they
I
go up in
like I,
space.
I like this new trend with the movies that they're doing with those
The
origin
ones that are
stories, like
well known.
Superman, Batman, Spider Man, Fantastic Four. These guys have been done over and over again. It's
Where
you
we're
know
not getting the stereotypical origin story, which I like.
Yes. Yeah, you get the quick rehash is and it fits for the story because I mean like especially for Fantastic Four, the way that they did it, they presented them as these larger than life personalities. Technically they are.
No, they
And
are, and the one thing I will say too was I think this is one of the few times where Johnny's considered a scientist and not just a
yeah,
pilot.
I thought that was interesting because like obviously
Because
from
normally
what
he's the
I've known
pilot.
on him, he's never really the scientific kind. So the fact
No,
that
he
they
was the idea was always he was the guy who was there as the pilot, which is
mm,
hilarious to me because then he has the ability to fly. Um, Also, one of the big things we also get to see too is he has the ability to absorb fire, which is something I did not know he had. Honestly,
I was gonna say that I said I didn't know that and I had asked you that question about that during Deadpool and Wolverine when
I'll say
Pyro
this:
absorbed his fire.
I didn't think he had the ability to it, but to be fair, this is technically a different version, so
Also true.
I could go away and get away with it and say it's a different version. However, I imagine that there's probably some versions of Johnny Storm that has the ability to manipulate fire in every aspect.
Mhm.
But
Okay.
also, this Johnny Storm had much more fire manipulation than all the others. We granted there's only two others, but
Isn't there technically three? Didn't we have?
yes,
I was gonna say there was another live action before.
yes, but I've never actually seen that one, so I can't
Oh,
really.
okay.
No, because it technically never aired.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so all the footage you see of it now is leaked footage of it because it never came out.
Oh, I
So
actually
it never officially came out. So like it's out now because you can see it now, but it like never actually existed.
okay. I thought it was just something
It
I
was
like you.
canceled.
I never saw it. I didn't realize that it never came out. Okay.
No, so what I had heard was this was the one that was canceled, and like it would have all been filmed up and everything, and then it just never came out.
Hmm. Interesting. Especially back then.
No, no, that's actually more common than you think, more than you know. I'll say it that way.
Really? Okay.
So not just superhero, just shows and movies in
No
general. Like
stuff getting canceled. I
weirdly
just
enough,
I figure that was
what
more
I'll
of a
say
new
is
thing with those whole stupid tax breaks that they're doing now.
no. So I think the other thing that you need to realize too was it's always happened. The difference is we never knew about it. Now
That's
because we
fair.
have access to everything, we know everything.
That's
We
fair.
know when things get canceled the moment they get canceled. But anyway, I digress. I thought the world building was perfect. One of the big things I will say,
Hmm.
I love that they kept showing Latveria,
Yeah. Yeah.
and nobody showed up.
I it didn't click in my head. Like that the entire time the movie was going on, I was like, what is that place? Why am I
Mike,
blanking on it?
Mike,
Why
Mike,
is it
sitting there going
important?
like, Latveria is not even a real country.
I'm just the entire time I'm like, why? What am I missing? I know this is important, but I can't. It's not clicking in my head. And then obviously the post credit scene is like, oh, that clicks.
Yeah, I also don't think that Doom is part of that universe, and I'm saying that very proudly, which we'll talk about a little bit later,
Okay.
and
Okay.
I'll discuss why I say that. So anyway, so I love the world building. Everything was great on that. I love the dynamic with the characters. They didn't sexualize Johnny too much, which I thought was awesome.
But they still did.
But no, but they
It
did,
it
but they did it at such a smaller scale
it
where it
was a
was like,
very it was a way that we weren't used to. Like for
yes,
if he were to be sexualized from the
like Chris
60s.
Evans, like
um
like Chris Evans, it was not that sexualized.
no, absolutely not.
We can say that for a fact. But no, it was well done in that sense. I thought it was very well done. The interactions with all the characters, Reed, nothing against Pedro Pascal. He's a phenomenal actor.
Mhm.
Was I a little bit worried about him being Reed Richards? Very tiny. When I say that, I mean like I was just concerned. Like, is he gonna be like? Is he gonna be trying to be somebody else, or is he gonna be Reed Richards? And
Yeah,
he did Reed Richards really well.
he
And
did
like,
pretty good.
granted, in a '60s way, but
Yeah.
like that was the goal. Like they're in the '60s, it makes sense.
Hmm.
Um, so well done. I also love that he's the Bill Nye the Science Guy of that universe.
I mean,
No,
makes
but I mean like no. But like it. Hear me out. He's doing it for kids, and that's not Reed Richards on how we know him. If you
Mhm.
understand what I'm saying. But seeing him do that, I was like, I'm a fan.
I like this.
I do, and it's like, and he's talking about all this stuff, and the kids are like, and he goes, "You want to see something explode?" And they're like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "All right."
Quickest way to a kid's heart.
But again, like it was the stereotypical Reed where he's like overanalyzing stuff, but then it was
Yep.
the unstereotypical Reed where he's like aware of people's emotions sometimes. Very impressed.
I mean, that part obviously you know more in depth than I do because
Reed is what I would consider the closest character of being unaware of people's emotions possible. Um, and he's so in depth in his world that he can't fathom other people's emotions majority of the time. I'm not saying never, majority of the time. So like
interesting. Okay.
so for the longest time, I think that it was at the very least the Fantastic Four we know. You know what I'm saying, from our childhood.
Yep.
It was very much discussed in the sense of like he had no idea Sue even liked him.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like it was one of those things where it's like
But that's one of those things where it's like it's a guy. They don't pick up on things. You know.
yeah, but I think with Reed it's at a whole nother level because
I
not
can
only is he
understand that because he's a nerd and
it's a
whatever.
combination of just being so brilliant and then taking things at face value. Like a no is a no.
Yep.
Like one of the big things I would feel like, and not in this movie, obviously, because this Sue understood Reed more.
Hmm.
When we had the Jessica Biel one, or Jessica Alba, sorry, Jessica Alba. Um, she was more like, not everything's a yes. Like sometimes it's a yes and sometimes it's a no. And he's like, I don't understand.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I do remember some of those
But
scenes
no,
like
so it's
that.
like and then this one it's like, although yes, that still exists, but it was done in a way where she's like, I know my husband, like he's an idiot. Like
Yeah.
if I don't say something blatantly, he's not gonna get it.
Hmm.
And I'm like, yes, this is what we need. But all right, so also one of the biggest um Easter eggs was the name of the ship, Excalibur. No,
Okay.
Excelsior. Excelsior.
Yep. Yep.
Do you know what that's from?
I I
What?
know I should know what it's from, and I
So
don't
it's
remember.
technically not from anything, as weird as that sounds. Like it's not from a show, it's not from a movie. It is a catchphrase that Stan Lee always would say.
Oh yeah,
Excelsior!
yeah, that's right. Yep.
So that was the name of the ship, which I thought was very cool. because it's his time frame,
Hmm.
like the start of all the comics.
Yep.
It's the name of the ship. Like I thought that was a great homage to him. It was very subtle. I liked it. Didn't ruin anything. I thought it was great. Um,
I thought the jokes in the movie were not out of
false.
place. I
Also,
think,
like yes, I agree,
yeah,
100%.
they fit in well. They were they fit in well. They were not, like you said, not forced. Um,
But I also like to, and adding on to that was the fact of like Johnny being the dumb one of the group, still
yeah,
being like, "Oh yeah, Johnny, we don't care. We got bigger things to fry," and it's like, but he's coming up with something that's actually cool.
he's actually like the most important part of this whole thing.
No,
Like,
no, but they have no idea, which I think is also cool too. Like it's a
yeah,
combination of all that. Also, we get Sue Storm throughout her entire pregnancy, um,
hmm,
which I find very interesting. We get right from the beginning. Also, correct me if I'm wrong. Did we see Stark's name on the pregnancy test, or am I inaccurate on that? It looked.
I don't remember. I do not remember
I'm
at
gonna
this
look it
point.
up. I'm gonna look it up.
I remember seeing the name, like the brand of the pregnancy, but I don't remember if it said Stark Industries. Um, but um, I saw people online, and this kind of goes along with it, about how I had
Oh, okay. So
it's
so the thought is it's people are not sure if it's Stark or Stork
oh, okay,
because Stark is obviously the company that is Stark Industries, but then Stork is for the babies, and
yeah,
so nobody's quite so there's an argument on the online of whether it's Stark or Stork. And
okay,
to be fair, it'd be funny either way, but nobody knows which is
yep.
fair. But
Um,
I just because to be fair, it did look like Stark.
no, it did. Like I said, I knew I saw a name, I just don't remember. And now that you're saying it might have been Stark, it's like in my head now, and I can picture it. It's
But
just
as soon as I read like, oh, we're not, it could have been Stork too, and I was like, that makes so much sense also. But like at the same time, it's like I want it to be Stark.
yeah. Um,
But
what
yeah,
was I
so
gonna say?
I don't know, but it was so good, so
Yeah, I
good.
don't remember.
We haven't even made it to Galactus yet. Like that's how good this is. Galactus and I would say the Silver Surfer and Galactus were incredible.
No, they went well together.
S-
As we've been saying right from the beginning, he's not a cloud, so it's already a step up. Um,
Yeah, I also find him. I don't know how I was expecting him to feed. I wasn't expecting what we got, but I'm not mad about it if that makes sense.
yeah, yeah,
Like I don't think if you were to ask me how does he feed, I don't think I could answer you, but I don't think I would have answered what I got, like what we saw. But not
made
in
it
a bad
work.
way, not in a bad way.
No, it made it work.
No, no,
I mean,
100%. He lives in a ship that's a drill that melts it, the planet down into energy to literally eat
siphon into
food.
him.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Um he was so good. And then the whole Franklin Richards thing, which I mentioned right from the beginning before we even saw it, like he's gonna play a major role, and
yep,
as a baby, he did. Let's be
yep.
honest.
And I was right and not right with the whole he was going after the baby because he was the only one that could stop him, technically, because
Well, like, but it was weird as he wanted him to stop him, which was
yeah.
also weird. But yes, but no, but it does make sense because in the comics in
I know I had
1990,
asked you in the I know I had asked you in the movie, so
no, so like the
uh
whole thing is Galactus, like Galactus has this massive hunger that he
mhm.
just needs to. So he would rather not destroy planets. In a great in a great cosmic world, he would not be destroying planets. Okay, the that's why he has heralds to pick planets that are okay to destroy because of war, famine, all that other stuff. The problem is he would rather not have the hunger and be normal again.
Mhm.
However, he doesn't really have that choice. There's very few beings he's afraid of. Franklin Richards is one of the few he's actually afraid of because without being a being like him, and I know that's weird to say because he is, but he isn't. Bear with me. He is Franklin Richards is powerful without getting the power cosmic in him.
Yep.
If you understand what I mean, like without, I mean, you could argue that technically he does. I don't know. It's weird because the cosmic rays caused the mutation in his parents, which made him. But not in the power cosmic in the grand sense of the word, right? So the power cosmic is the energy of itself, which is only is powered based on the abilities of the person holding it. So you have like unlimited power, but it's based on your imagination and abilities and all that other stuff. Franklin Richards has the ability to do whatever the hell he wants, whenever the hell he wants, because of his mutation. I say it that way because it's not the X gene; it's different, but bear with me.
Mm.
He literally can create universes. So, like I had told you, he would be somebody who could literally create a universe that Galactus could just slurp up. But in this universe, it sounds like Galactus was like, I'm going to take off my armor. This kid's going to take it. I'm going to dip out.
Bye.
And to be fair, Galactus is a being that has been around for eons, beyond time itself,
Yep.
because he's multiversal. So he's at the very beginning of all of it. So the idea is, which does make sense, Galactus existed whether there was the singular universe or the whole thing, or the multiverse. So the idea is now that the multiverse exists, Galactus is like older than all the universes that have now been brought back.
Mm.
Um, which is weird to think about also, but also true. I just find it very interesting in the sense of the route that they went with Galactus. But I also love how Galactus wasn't dumb enough to fall for tricks, and I was
Yeah.
very impressed because Galactus could be so full of himself that he could easily be tricked.
When they were going for the, trapping him, I was like, okay, he's something is going to go wrong that it just doesn't end up working or something. So I'm glad that they went with the route that he was just smart enough to realize that they were trying to fool him. Um,
Yeah, because why would they? Because in his mind, he's not. I would not say he's gifted intelligence, but he's been around enough to know, like, if all they were going to do was give me the kid, why would they burn my eyes and do all this whole stuff? And so I'm going to scan just to be safe.
yep.
And
Why would they just be standing there in the end anyways?
absolutely, um, so well done. We also get to see Sue Storm's full power. Well, realistically, we get to
That's
see
what I was going to
everyone's.
say. That's what I was going to say.
Oh, sorry.
I if remember when I sent you this, her reacting to I think it was Skin and Marvel Rivals for Malice.
Yes, 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 yes.
A lot of people were saying that this was her embracing that alter ego of Malice when she was fighting Galactus, letting her full power out.
All right. So Malice is a brainwashed Sue Storm, at least that I know of. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So still full power, meaning like she's not holding back. I'm not disagreeing to any of that. However, it was brainwashed at least a few times that I know of. Again, she still uses her full power, and to be honest with you, very dangerous. I mean,
Hmm.
honestly. I mean, she can literally kill somebody by putting a force field in their stomach and then um and do it
You've
without
mentioned that before.
oh, I will mention it till the day I die. Um, because that still resonates with me. Um, I mean, we also talked about this too. Before Ben Grimm got his evolution, Sue Storm was considered to be the most powerful Fantastic Four member.
Yep.
Now, when I say that, we talked about it in one episode where Ben sheds off his armor, his rock armor, and becomes pure energy.
Yep.
That's the only time where he's considered to be stronger than Sue, or at least at the same level. I'll say it's unclear of who's stronger, but the idea is like, but before that, there was no question whatsoever that it was Sue,
Yep.
and still Sue is the strongest. We saw that with her taking down Galactus, technically. Granted, she didn't beat him, but she could hold him down.
Yep.
Because her power, I will say, out of all the people, I think Galactus is the only one she probably couldn't kill. But she could definitely knock him back and everything else.
Which, like you said,
No,
she
no,
was
she
doing.
did. She did,
She was
100%.
doing.
But what I'm saying is, I think this Sue Storm is not a killer. So it's
Hmm.
not something she would have thought of. If you understand what I'm saying.
I think this Sue Storm though was willing to do anything in order to protect her kid.
Yes, but I don't think she was thinking of putting a force field inside of him and then making a little pop.
No, no.
That's more of what I'm getting at, because in her mind she's not a killer. That's not her first thought. If you understand what I'm saying, I'm not
Hmm.
saying she couldn't do it necessarily. I'm saying she couldn't think of it, therefore she
Yep.
didn't do it.
No, I understand what you mean.
Um, but no, and then also what I like too was they show her using her power so much that it literally causes her to die, because out of all of them, she is the only one whose power can actually
Hmm.
kill themselves. Yes, that's how I meant it. I didn't say it right, but you get my point.
Yep. Um,
So well done. Oh, I just loved every second of it. We also
no.
get to see that Franklin Richards has his powers as a baby, as a little
Yep.
baby.
He acquired his powers, and he, as in the post credit scene, we see that he is super intelligent. Um, and
Yep.
um, we what was it? I'm just not keeping my train of thought tonight. My God.
Yeah, it was very well done. Also, the Silver Surfer goes against Galactus, which is stereotypical. I mean, that's when I
Yeah,
say that, I don't
in
think
the
it's funny.
stereotypical thing, try
Correct.
do
Like I
serving
understand it.
Galactus to protect her people until someone convinces her that this is the wrong,
This is the wrong planet. I'm not like that didn't bother me in any way. Obviously, I'm just stating that that's a trope with the Super
Yep,
Surfer.
it
Like that's the
true,
Silver Surfer.
true to the comics.
100%. Like I was not surprised. I mean, I'll definitely say I wasn't expecting it the way that it happened. I'll
Yep,
definitely admit that. But I mean, like
didn't
realistically,
expect Johnny to solve an alien language,
I
and
wasn't expecting Johnny Storm to be the intelligent one. I'll say it that way. But overall, like very well done in that sense. For me, all that being done, we get all that happening. They then escape and everything else. Franklin Richards brings mommy back to life. Galactus still exists, let's be honest.
lost in space
Without a ship,
without a spaceship. Yep.
um, we also will be getting. So anyway, so we have them being successful and everything else. We now have to talk about the after credit scene, or it was the after credit scene,
Post
or
credit scene.
post credit scene. Yeah. So it's how many years later? 4 years later. 4 years later.
4 years later.
Fantastic Four. Interesting. Um, it's
It's
only
the
been
Fantastic Five now.
no, not officially yet.
No, no,
Listen,
no. It's a
listen.
fan. No,
They said no. They said no to the suit.
that doesn't mean it's
He's too
not.
young.
That doesn't mean it's not part of the Fantastic Four.
And also, oh, actually, now that you mentioned that, I'm glad you did. The oh my gosh, the name of the Future Foundation is a homage to when the Fantastic Four no longer exists and they add more members in, and so it no longer becomes the Fantastic Four. It's the Future Foundation,
Mm.
which is one of the skins we get in Spider-Man, the first, the first one in um, the PS4,
Yes. Yeah. The newest Spider-Man games. Yeah.
but the first one of it. Yes, I had to say it that way. Um,
You haven't even played the second one, so you don't even know if there's a skin in there.
I would have seen it,
Are you sure about that?
100%,
Nah, I don't think you would have.
because I've seen Wolverine. I've seen a bunch of these other ones. I have not seen that one.
Just because you haven't seen it doesn't mean it's not in there.
Really? You think I would? You think somebody's not playing around with a bag over his head? That would be the first thing I would have seen.
Yeah, but you're more interested in the other ones that are cooler.
No, because I would be looking for that one because that'd be funny as all hell. A brown paper bag is hilarious to me. Know your audience, Mike. Know your audience. Anyway, no. So anyway, so it's 4 years later. We get her. We get Herbie. Herbie was great, but we get to really focus on like her reading to her son, which I thought was very interesting. Not in a bad way, but just in general, like we normally don't see that in superhero movies. We'll say it that way.
Yep. Being
And then
human.
she sensed somebody being there, and that to me was Sue being like, "I'm gonna kill."
Mm-hmm.
That was the first time where I was like, "Sue's gonna kill somebody." And we see Doctor Doom. Now, granted, we don't see his face, but we see Doctor Doom without his mask.
We see Doctor Doom he crouched down,
Hood up.
hood up, holding the mask, touching Franklin, or at least reaching out to Franklin.
Yes. And so here's my thoughts. Because I held my tongue until today
Mm-hmm.
with you.
Mm-hmm.
This Doom is not of this universe.
Yep.
This Doom is a Doom whose universe was destroyed by an incursion.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Is that what they're called?
Yes. When the two planets combine.
Two universes, to be specific.
Two of yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's but semantics, but you get my point. He finds out because Galactus is everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
This was a guy who Galactus was looking for. I now want him because I want to defeat Galactus, and I want to have this kid's power so I can create my universe back to the way it was.
Mm-hmm. It's a good theory.
Now, the reason why I say that is because I don't know if Doom knows. I'm not saying he's not intelligent. Doom is. I'm not saying that whatsoever. What I'm saying is I don't know if Doom knows what this kid's power is. We know it because I know it because I'm a comic book reader.
We're audience members. We
We're
know
audience
more.
members, so it's like I know he creates universes. He can
Mm-hmm.
also destroy them, but he creates universes out of nothing. Does Doom know that? Now
Mm-hmm.
that is the key piece there, where I have a feeling he's got to have some sort of knowledge of it, or he has some alternative motive where he just wants to take the kid's power.
Yeah.
Either way, I don't care. It doesn't ruin it necessarily for me, but he wants Franklin Richard for himself. I don't think there is a Doom in their universe, and the reason why I say that is because there's no way Doctor Doom would not have gotten himself involved in that crisis.
Yeah. No, he would have. Yeah, he would have tried to make himself the
It
center
doesn't.
of attention.
It does not matter whether they fought each other. It doesn't even matter if he was in prison. He would have gotten out and would have tried to fix this whole situation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. I agree with that.
So I'm just making that statement very clear. So at the very least, I know that the Doom that's going to be Doomsday is not part of any universe, to my knowledge, that we've seen yet.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly, maybe one of the ones that have we saw a lot of people die in.
We've passing kind of thing. Yeah.
Correct, but not in any of the known ones that have a lot of time passing in it, or we've seen a lot of. I'll say it that way.
Yep.
But I got so much more excited seeing Doom than I ever thought I was going to.
No, I mean, we said this at the beginning before we saw the movie, is that we weren't expecting Doom to be there. The most we'd see is just the mask. No, 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 no.
No.
No, you agreed with me. Don't you dare try to change this around now.
No. I'm not saying. Here's the thing. I'm not saying I'm disagreeing with you, but you were the one that was adamant to me, being like, "No, I saw that they didn't pay Robert Downey Jr. for this movie, so he's not in it." And to be
And
fair,
he wasn't.
He was not.
He was not.
But what I'm getting my point is making is you said, "Well, Doom's not in it."
I did not think that Doom was going to be there. But when you had said then we had specified that we said nope, Robert Downey Jr. was only contracted for Doomsday and Secret Wars.
And then I
But
said,
that
maybe
could.
there's somebody else that's going to be in it.
Then we said no.
Another
Then you
version of Doom.
no. You had
I
said
did say another version of Doom.
no. You did not. Unless I was talking to other people when you mentioned it and I didn't hear it.
No, so I said. So I will say this. I don't think I specifically said there was going to be another Doom. I think I definitely said there was going to be another Victor Von Doom. And I know that's semantics, but you get my point. There is a.
I don't remember that being said. I just remember us both saying that we possibly just see his mask or something hinting at him.
I definitely said that at the very beginning, for sure. But then I also
said, anything else that you said I did not hear.
No, I also said that there was the potential of getting a younger version of him, where it wasn't going to be Robert Downey Jr. It could have been somebody else.
Mm.
Because it's the '60s, I said there's the potential. Obviously, it is technically supposed to be Robert Downey Jr.'s Doom. It wasn't him, but it was supposed to be him.
Yep.
And then the second after credit scene that Mike made us watch.
That one just pissed me off.
That one made me laugh because that was a dig at all the audience member.
Oh, it 100% was.
Basically, it was just their version of the '60s Fantastic Four animated show.
Mm-hmm.
And it was fun.
It was the animated the intro.
Yep. Yep.
I
That
mean,
was
both
it.
you and I both thought that I thought I remember hearing somewhere, but clearly I was wrong. Um, that this was going to tie into Thunderbolts.
I thought it was going to as well, but
So the fact
also,
that we didn't get it,
I want to make this very clear too. The ship we see in Thunderbolts, we never saw in this movie.
yes,
Which is also interesting.
I was mentioning, I was thinking that about how it wasn't, it looked different.
Yeah, I mean, it looked kind of like the ship, but with a four on it. But I mean, they could have obviously upgraded it.
Now,
Maybe.
obviously, we know that they are going to this universe because Doom is somehow causing problems, and they're probably coming for looking for help, or
I have my
Doom
own thoughts.
Doom has mind controlled them and sent them over as um, minions,
No,
slaves, whatever.
no. Here's my thought. All right,
Okay, what are your thoughts?
Reed Richards is the smartest man in the multiverse, hands down. He is going to all the universes that have the most powerful beings to exist, because it's not going to just be one universe. They're going to the multiverse, and they're going to go to everyone. So we're going to be getting Tobey Maguire. We're
Hmm.
going to be getting Andrew Garfield. Okay, we're going to be getting the X-Men. We're going to be getting. I'm running out of people. We're getting the Fantastic Four. All right, we're getting everyone in this. Okay, because there's rumors. There's a lot of rumors going on. There's rumors that Doom's going to have his evil Avengers,
Hmm.
which is going to have the original cast from Avengers 1 come in and be his villains together. There's one rumor.
Hmm.
Okay. Then there's the second rumor that he's controlling the X-Men, and the one from the Vox universe are under his control. The reason why I think the X-Men one is more realistic is because there is a fight between Nightcrawler and um, Mr. Fantastic,
Yep.
which has been confirmed
Hmm.
by the actor. That doesn't mean
Yep.
it's not going to be in the scene. It's like
And
it could be cut.
he said that he got in a lot of trouble for saying that.
Well, yeah, because he didn't think it was that important. And to be fair, he he has not been in part of the Marvel universe when it was secretive. It
Hmm.
was the X Men where you could say whatever the hell you wanted.
Yep.
Because it's been what, 20 years, 30 years? No, 20 years, 25.
25 years. Yeah.
So anyway, so he I give him an excuse in the sense of to not realizing like, oh, I've worked with them before. I know what's going on. It's clearly not the same, and he's
Hmm.
realizing that. But anyway, um, but that also means that doesn't mean that that scene we're gonna see exists either,
Oh yeah.
because they could cut a bunch of stuff. But anyway, are you ready to talk about the character spotlight that I have?
No. Scale of 1 to 10.
Oh, that's right. I I think it's an 8.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Because
I match that.
I I think there was a lot of great things,
I
but
be honest, I thought you were gonna rank it higher. I'll be
no. So
perfectly honest.
no. Here's my thing, and I think this is a big issue that I do have, and we've talked about this from both of us.
Hmm.
From both of us, expectation does matter. My expectations were high. Although it didn't meet it, it met it.
Hmm.
It didn't go above it. And I know that's weird to say.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think my
Lower.
expectations were no, my expectations were high, and it did not meet my expectations because
So
I was hearing so much hype before this movie came out.
so what I'll say is I didn't believe everyone saying that this was going to be the greatest thing ever, because I was like, it's still the Fantastic Four. No
I
offense.
yes, no, I didn't believe it, but I was hearing so many, like, it just was so much great things. I wasn't hearing anything bad about it, and I was hearing like CGI was good and all this other stuff. And I talked to you about it.
No. I
There
also
was
said it too. There was some CGI that was
there
bad.
was some wonky
Specifically,
CGI.
so specifically when they were in space, and specifically the baby.
Yes, so like that nicked it. I'll be
But the
like,
CGI of their powers was never an issue. Can we talk about that for a minute?
no, that one, like, for the most
Which is
part, that was
weird to
not
me,
bad.
right?
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
No, that
The
like that was the
plot-wise, I
toughest
had no
part.
issue with. Like
there
to
were
me, that was the
some
hard
there were
part.
some scenes where the thing was
Johnny.
in that it just didn't look right,
No,
but
Johnny for me, there were a few times where I questioned it, but it was like, oh, it was less flame, so it's fine.
I honestly didn't. When I was watching, I didn't have an issue with him. I thought
No,
he, for the most part,
it
he
was
was
very.
fine.
I think for me, it was we've never seen him not fully flame on.
Mm,
If you understand what I'm saying, so it's like that's a new thing for me.
okay.
I'll at least say it that way. But it worked. I'll say this: it worked because it worked for the movie. I'm just stating it was weird to me because it's like I get their point, but it just was weird because I've never seen that before.
Yeah, I think so. Like when I walked out of the theater, I had said I give the movie an 8.5, and as time has passed,
I
I
think I
knocked it
feel the
down
same
to
thing,
about
which
an
is kind of
8.
funny.
And I've been very, and I said this to you after the movie as well. I like obviously now it's gone down, but when I walked out of the movie, I was saying it was an 8, and then the post credit scene with Doctor Doom knocked it up to an 8.5. So now looking back at it,
It
the
was a
overall movie
7.5
was
because
a
Doom
seven
came
and a
out,
half.
and
Yeah, and I 100% like the fact that Doom showed up and how they teased that
so good.
created the hype for it, and
No, no,
I think
the
so.
marketing. I
That's
agree.
um,
No, I agree. No, Doom definitely made it solidify where it is, like in the universe, like all where we're leading to Doom. And again, not that we didn't know he was coming, but like we've not seen him.
no. This is the first time we've seen Doom, so this is really interesting. I don't know if you believe this either, or if you've seen it. Apparently, Kevin Feige has said that the plan all along was to switch from Kang to Doom. Like obviously they had
I think we've talked
originally.
about this. We've talked about this. I believe that, but I think Doom was going to be a surprise because I think the idea was Kang was going to be the guy who we thought was going to be the big bad,
Mhm,
and the rumor that I had heard
mhm.
was in
Oh yeah, I do
In
remember
Kang
you saying this.
Dynasty, Doom comes in and kills him.
Yeah,
That was the rumor I had heard. But then with the controversy and everything else, they had to change it to Doomsday because they were like, well, we need the people hyped up about this movie again. So we got
yeah.
to figure it out. So, because I'm under the impression, and again, I don't know this for fact, the rumor was that Kang Dynasty was going to actually be Doom killing Kang, and now Doom was going to be the big bad.
Mm,
That was the rumor, but it was going to be a big reveal. It was going to
yeah.
be the biggest reveal ever to exist. And then obviously they couldn't reveal that because now they're like, we now don't have Kang, so now we can't pretend that he's the big bad anymore.
Yeah, Kevin Feige had said like after Ant-Man 3, it was before Ant-Man 3, they were already planning to change over. They said Kang wasn't as big of a villain as they wanted him to be. He wasn't on
Correct,
the level as Thanos.
no, agreed. And I get that. My whole thing was I think the reveal like as weird as
It
it
was
sounds,
ruined because of everything going on.
no,
I
absolutely.
100% get that.
But my whole thing was the big reveal would have been like Kang being the big bad in the sense of being like, oh my god, he's like beating everybody. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And then all of a sudden Doom comes in and just goes, "Pfft," and you're just like, ah,
Like those animated scenes with Doom and Thanos.
yeah.
Um, but
Well,
yeah,
I don't know if yeah, I don't think you've have you seen any of the animated ones with Kang?
no, I've only seen Thanos.
So animated Kang has been in Earth's Mightiest Heroes. He has taken down all of the Avengers with ease. So he's at Avengers level.
Mm,
I would argue that he's not Thanos level. I know it's weird because he messes with the multiverse. I know it's very odd to say, but
mm,
like you also can't kill him like you could anybody else because he'll
yep.
just come back. Timeline. Excuse me, timeline. But anyway, no. So I had heard that that was the rumor, and I heard that like obviously it was ruined by the whole controversy, and then they had to pivot. So
Mm,
like the rumor I'd heard that it wasn't very different. Like it wasn't majorly different, like from what it is now to what it was to begin with.
mm.
I think that they I don't know if they were 100% planning on our Robert Downey Jr. to be Doom, but the idea was Doom was going to be the big bad and everything
I'm
else.
I'm curious. if now, because they're changing the focus on how they're going to be presenting MCU and the movies and the shows in general, because obviously by the time Doomsday comes out, there were supposed to be a lot more movies and shows that were going to be released, and
Correct.
now they're backtracking that. So I'm wondering if we have already gotten a year delay on Doomsday and Secret War. I'm wondering if they're going to push it back even more to help build up towards this whole thing a little bit more.
I don't know about Doomsday, but I think Secret Wars will be pushed back. As weird as that sounds. Um, the rumor also is that the opening scene for Doomsday, is him killing Kang still,
Hmm.
having
That's what
Jonathan
I've heard that.
and Jonathan Majors is coming back supposedly.
Hmm.
I'm imagining that they're gonna probably want one more thing that he's in before Doomsday to prove like Kang still exists.
Yeah,
I know that's weird to say, but you understand what I'm saying. Just to kind of prove like Kang exists still. Because in our minds, Kang doesn't.
yeah. I mean, he got beaten in Loki.
Well, yeah, I was more of saying like the controversy, like, he doesn't exist anymore. Like, oh, we're not going to be seeing him again.
Oh,
Like seeing him and then ripping him up. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah.
That's my thought right now, but that's just sheer thought. Like, there's no.
I saw a post on Twitter that they're thinking that Doom's army is going to consist of oh god, it was three beings. One of them
Oh,
I thought one of them
only three.
well, it was three major ones. I forget the other two, but one of them that I was just like, I don't think so. It was Loki.
No.
And I was like, that doesn't make sense
Well,
because their
well,
explanation was that he's going to be recruiting Loki to help cleanse the bad people. And I'm like, I don't think Loki would go for that. At least the Loki where we left him off.
I was gonna say I don't think if it's Loki, it's not the Loki we know.
Yeah,
Right? There might be the same actor, but it's not. It's not gonna be
the time god.
correct.
Um, but we'll see what happens. Obviously, the one confirmed movie before Doomsday is Spider-Man: Brand New Day. Um, we'll see if that's related. It's not supposed to be because Spider-Man is supposed to be ground level now, so we'll see if it ties in at all.
I have a feeling it's gonna tie in at the after credit scenes, where the movie itself will not, but the after credit scenes will be like Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield being like, "We need your help."
Oh, okay, yeah,
That's
that would work.
that's my prediction right now.
Yeah,
Um, but we'll have to wait and see. That being
yep.
said, we're gonna move on to my character spotlight. You ready for this?
I want to make sure before you continue. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything because you buffered. So, you said that is my prediction so far. Did you say anything else?
Yeah, I said, "Are you ready for my character spotlight?"
Oh, that's where you left off. Okay, go right ahead.
It's Herbie.
Harpians.
So I will say this: not a lot is known about Herbie
Is it
in
really?
this.
Oh, wow.
Well, we'll understand in a minute. So I'm going to talk about the overview of the character's biography, and then we're going to talk about powers and abilities, and then move on to alternate versions of the character. As weird as it sounds, it's actually going to be quicker than you think because not much is actually talked about. So
That's
anyway,
fine.
Herbie, which is an anagram, which in this universe is not clear of what it stands for. Or does it in this one? No, it does not. Okay. I just want to make sure. Because each universe has a different acronym for it, even though it's Herbie. So bear with me. So Herbie was
Okay.
created by Mr. Fantastic and Master Zar, XAR, of the Xandarians, who hoped that the robot could aid their search for Galactus, whom they sought for aid in defeating the villain known as Sphinx. It is also revealed that in the comic book continuity, Johnny Storm did not show up to a meeting with a cartoon character, cartoon company. Therefore, Herbie replaced him in the comic series based on the Fantastic Four.
Ha.
Kind of funny. What neither of the creators realized, however, that Dr. Sun, an enemy of Master Zar, who had its consciousness trapped within Zendarian computers, was able to escape by jumping from the computer to Herbie's body. The little robot was his sleeper agent, whom he could control whenever he wished. Although an alien pirate mysteriously died in Herbie's presence, the villain Blastar suddenly escaped from the negative zone, and nobody suspected that Herbie was responsible. Herbie was a bad boy. After Sun's attempt to assassinate the Fantastic Four with Blastar failed, Doctor Sun revealed himself at last, trapping the Invisible Woman and Human Torch within the Baxter Building's security system, and besting Mr. Fantastic and the Thing with Herbie's weapons. He then abandoned Herbie's body and transfers his consciousness into the Baxter Building's main computer, which would allow him to control the entire building, all of its weaponry within it. Mr. Fantastic locked Sun from the computer system, but Herbie realized that Sun could simply return to his body. Not wanting the villain to cause any more trouble, Herbie heroically throws himself into the computer, destroying himself, the computer, and Sun itself. Later, Franklin is shown with another Herbie robot that Ben refers to as a flying frog. It is explained that this one was built partly to keep an eye on Franklin's developmentally developing powers. I can't even speak. Said powers fluctuated due to Franklin's failure to solve a Rubik's Cube, and a nearby TV shown urging somebody to grow up, and the resulting power surge destroys Herbie. Other Herbie robots were eventually built throughout the years. Several general duties were basically around the Baxter Building. In Marvel Knights, the Fantastic Four, Herbie was served as the guardian and companion for Franklin Richard and his sister Valerie. A mistake leaves the Fantastic Four lost in time and other heroes running the Baxter Building. The Herbie robots take on the costumes of Doctor Doom and demand respect. Otherwise, they were peaceful. They later reject their clothing and go back to their normal duties. Several of the robots take to watching interesting videos online in their downtime. Why is that in there? Well, we're going to just add into it. The design for Herbie is displayed in the Smithsonian near the Spider-Mobile. And after Reed Richards and his wife vanish following the Secret Wars storyline, much of Reed's belongings are transferred over to the heroine known as Moon Girl, and Herbie activates when Galactus shows up. Herbie declares that he has been a Galactus sensing device the whole time. Herbie is among former Fantastic Four members who were summoned to Mr. Fantastic and the Invisible Woman when they were threatened by the Griever in the End of All Things. In a one-shot incoming, Valerie Von Doom removes Herbie's inhibitor chip, allowing him to express to Mr. Fantastic and the Invisible Woman how much he hates them. During Iron Man 2020 event, Herbie appears as a member of the AI army, and during One World Under Doom storyline, Herbie was upgraded by Mr. Fantastic to pilot a special time machine to head to the event of the Big Bang in an attempt to get Mr. Fantastic repowered. It works, but Herbie sacrificed himself to send the Fantastic Four back to the present, and Mr. Fantastic later mentioned to the Invisible Woman that he built Herbie with pre-upgraded memories because he wanted him to remember everything.
Ah, okay.
So Herbie's powers and abilities. Herbie has the ability to connect to any computer system and also possesses electricity generators and lasers. And he also possesses various hidden tools and features depending on the situation. So, some related robots, because there's two robots that are related to this that are not Herbie, but they are Herbie adjacent. Herbert, short for Hyper Ultronic Brain Employment Randomized Tracings, was created by Mr. Fantastic to be Franklin's babysitter. Franklin later destroys Herbert before Reed was able to build the replacement. Sherby. Sherby is short for Shield heuristic experimental robot B type integrated electronics.
I can imagine that was a struggle.
And as weird as it sounds, it's basically Shield's version of Herbie.
Okay.
So now other versions, and then we'll end with that. So there is Deadpool has his own Herbie, where units from an alternate universe, um, where he decides to make them servants of Deadpool.
Yeah. Okay.
In an alternate universe, a variant of Herbie from Earth 6513 is, Franklin Richards' nanny. In an alternate universe, variant of Herbie appears in Marvel Adventures Power Pack. This version of Herbie is actually Power Pack's nanny. He's a nanny a lot.
Hmm.
Um, in the Earth 2301, which is Marvel's Mangaverse, he is part of the Baxter Building's security system. In Marvel Zombies, which is Earth 2149, he is the security. There are versions that serve as security for the now abandoned Baxter Building.
Okay.
In a possible future, in the Old Man Quill universe, this version is part of the Baxter Building's wreckage and has survived it for the last 55 years.
Well, that's sad.
Now, it's sad how that world turned out. We'll talk about that another time. In the Ultimate Universe, in Earth 1610, in the Ultimate Fantastic Four, these versions come in a small, hovering model and large mechs that serve as guards for the Fantastic Four. So, fun fact in the media, Herbie has been in the new Fantastic Four, which was the television show at the time. That was in 1978. In Fantastic Four World's Greatest Hero, he was in, which was more of around our time as being a kid. This version is a supercomputer that monitors Mr. Fantastic's lab. He also appeared in Superhero Squad Show, which was like the miniature versions of the superheroes. Not more than you need to know than that. He appeared in a non-speaking role in both the Avengers: Earth Mightiest Heroes and the Ultimate Spider-Man. And he also appears in Spidey and His Amazing Friends. In film, he was actually in the Fantastic Four.
The first one?
Yep. He makes a non-speaking cameo appearance in the extended cut. So he's not part of the regular
Okay.
movie, but
I was
he
going
is
to
in
say, I
the
don't remember that at all.
No, I think he was like part of the system or whatever. He also appeared. I mean, that was very stupid of me. He's in Fantastic Four: The First Steps.
uh,
Um, and then he's obviously been in video games where he's an NPC in Marvel Rivals. He's a playable character in Lego Marvel Superheroes. He appears in Pinball FX2, and he appears in Marvel Heroes, which is
Pretty sure that's a mobile game.
a multiplayer online action role-play video game.
Oh, okay.
I don't
Never mind.
remember that one at all.
Yeah, no.
But anyway, that is Herbie. Not a lot was known about him because I wanted like 616 version, and I was not getting much from him, so I decided to go with all of them.
Yeah, why not?
And there is no Marvel Power Grid on this, so we do not get that for this episode. But next week
Shucks.
we're going to be talking about any trailers that come out and season 1 of Peacemaker.
Yep, season 1.
And then we'll be doing a character spotlight from Mike.
Depending on the timing, I might have a question for you.
Okay.
It
Like I did to you last week.
This one isn't as big of a deal. No, I would just.
Well, I said the same thing, and then it turned into a bigger deal.
I mean, it could turn into a bigger deal, but
That's fine.
we can give you a week to think about it. I'm just.
The question?
Yeah, I was just gonna ask you which you preferred between Superman or Fantastic Four, and what your reasons were. So
That's tough. Okay,
give
perfect.
you a week to brew on it.
I thank you for that. So anyway, like I said, next week we're going to be talking about that question, any trailers that come out, and talking about our rewatching of season 1 of Peacemaker, and the character spotlight for Mike. For now, if you made it this far into the video, please make sure to like and subscribe down below. Other than that, this is going to be Scott and Mike signing out of the Black Eel Podcast. Have a wonderful night. Bye bye.